Well, hello and welcome back to the MMmNN News Network, bringing you the latest news from LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. We are going to be going over the recently announced Spookdate, I believe that would be how you pronounce it, update, patch notes, announcement slew for LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. I have this kind of basic title screen here. Trying out something a little bit different. I like the format I did last time, but there's a whole bunch of different PDFs. There's lots of text stuff, so we're doing the little bit not as professional looking thing, but there's lots of stuff to talk about. So let's move on. First thing I want to talk about here is, and this isn't like I guess that important of like the big stuff, but I'm a space person myself. I mean we are called the MMmNN News Network. I like Mars Mission. Of course, we're going to be talking about space. But you have for the Big Soon, which I think is the was it the Big Stupid, I think, or something. That in the last video, apparently they answered all this person's questions. I need to get them working for me. They need to be a reporter. But anyway, at WAF, I know I ask this all the time, but can we please get some news about a space update / rework? It's been a month since space was last brought up seriously, and I thought raid / space was supposed to be in the summer update, which I mean this is the Summer Spookdate, so it is summer themed, kind of. We will have a more formal Q&A soon. I don't know how soon that is. We have kept things close to the vest for a reason, and more news on the next couple updates will come. Next couple updates kind of scares me because it might be a little while. Enjoy the spooky summer. Enjoy the spooky summer in the meantime. So space is still coming. They're gonna have a formal Q&A about that soon. Don't know actually how soon that soon is, but I guess look forward to that. So if you're a space fan like myself, be expecting some stuff. And then we have over here, I've transferred this over just to a Word document because it was in a basic text doc and you had to do lots of scrolling. I don't know, I just like Word better. Summer Spookdate is here. Our newest update is coming, and with it comes a scary summer as our spooky team takes over with a new minifigure, 2 reworks, and 2 new events. This update will put your skills to the test to get the whole spooky gang together. It's like a small bit of stuff. New features, Guild Wall. Want to know what your guildmates are up to? Well, the brand new Guild Wall is a destination to keep connected to your guild. This is one way we are aiming to build stronger connections amongst our players. Who knows what this could mean? I'm assuming it's kind of just like a wall, post some stuff, not text. I don't know what you exactly post. More details here would be nice, but we're getting it. Okay. Top of the leaderboard view. I personally thought this was already in, but I don't recheck it. Always wondered who is at the top of the arena. Well, now you can look at the top 100 profiles and look at the strongest players and teams in the game. Learn from the best on what team characters and combinations are being used, so you can view the top in your arena. Content. Skeleton York. A new minifigure is here, and this is one of our most unique yet. He is a calcium-fortified support unit who is bringing a new dimension to our game. He is our first minifigure who is both builder and explorer, and also comes with the pirate and castle synergy. You will not want to miss out on you don't want to miss him when we debut our new style of an Unboxed event with extra credit. So they are redoing the Unboxed events, updating them, which is a little bit slightly more on that later. And he is, yes, a builder and an explorer. I mentioned yesterday hearing about him being castle and pirate, but that at that point it was data mined that he was just a builder. So data mines can be wrong and missing stuff because he is in fact a builder and an explorer. And somebody asked on Discord, double check to make sure that wasn't a typo, and according to WAF, that is not a typo. He is both builder and explorer and pirate and castle, which I think is kind of appealing for an Unboxed fig. You can use him in both campaigns. Kind of smart. And he will be one of the 2 events because he's going to be in the new Unboxed extra credit event. New style too. Basil the Bat Lord Brick Pace event. Oh boy, that's too many B's. It is Alumni Day, and it is finally your chance to get Basil the Bat Lord in this brand new Brick Pace event. So he's gonna be a Brick Pace at some point. So we're getting him, which I mean we kind of have to, because spoilers, he's one of the two figs being reworked. Brickspedition achievements. We have been monitoring the first Brickspeditions and are working on ways to make the experience even better. One way we are excited to release is by adding in 14 new achievements for you to conquer all the way to Brickspedition. So some more achievements for that, so probably some Magisto tiles, Magistro, I want to say Magistro. So probably some new tiles for him. From what I heard from people who've been here previously, last time they added in achievements, they were backwards compatible. So if you were like me and you did actually beat all of the Brickspedition map when they first released it, this should hopefully unlock all of that stuff for you. Not saying you can get all 14 of them, because I don't know what the achievements will exactly be about, but there should be some backwards unlocking there, so you have to go in and beat it again. Could be completely wrong, but that's just what I heard was done previously. You also will get night levels. Night has fallen over Pip Town, and with it we have 3 new beautiful night levels for you to experience. We have variations on the desert, Snowfield, and Highlands levels. See the attached PDF for a sneak peek, which is what we're coming to next. So adding in 3 of them for right now. I'm assuming there's probably more to come. I was surprised it was only 3. From PDF, I really assumed there was going to be more. But reading this, there's only 3 right now. Although they do some nice art changes there. Reworks and fixes. Event reoccurrence icons and notes. I'm assuming on difficulty. Events were always designed to be varying levels of challenge, and for some to rotate back. Now with our newly implemented event indicator icons, you will be able to tell how often an event comes back and the level of challenge the event is. See the icons and what they mean on the attached PDF. So that kind of telling you some more stuff. That still doesn't really mean it. Like how we'll get to a little bit more of that then. But so they have some icons. They had teased this a couple updates ago about like how hard it's going to be and when it's going to come back. But these are the actual, I guess, more or less finalized things. Willa and Basil reworks. Willa is one of the earliest characters we designed, and that was a very long time ago. Our game has grown and evolved a lot since her initial design, and we worked Willa to work better with what LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed is now. Now she has more spooky synergies and more ways to manipulate buffs and debuffs. Similar to Willa, Basil has made it was made in the early days of LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. We decided to update his abilities to be more in line with what the game is now. The essence of his original kit is still here, with a little bit of chaos added into his ultimate ability. For the full details of the reworks, please see the attached PDF, which is going to be a long read, and I'm saving that for last for people who are interested. Stay tuned for that. Trying to go through all the news first, though. Fear combat mechanic. With the rise of Spooky comes a scary new combat mechanic, Fear. Fear lowers a minifigure's attack as it takes more damage. This new mechanic will be used primarily by the Spooky team. I hope your minifigures aren't too scared. Sadly, no more information really how that works. I'm assuming just like the percentage less health you have, the less damage you do, but is it actually literally the more damage you take? Because if you are revived or healed back up and take more damage, does it keep on growing? Curious about that. It also seems like it's a stack too, so I'm not sure how that's going to fully affect it. The following bugs have also been fixed. Scarlet's Taunt has been fixed to only apply when an ally goes below 50%, which is nice. As I said in a previous news video, that they said originally there would be 2 updates out. I'm assuming by this, because it's in the changelog for the Spookdate update, that means she has been moved to this one. Which I said it felt like it should have been pretty easy to get it fixed. It shouldn't take 2 updates to do it. Well, they apparently have done it. So, congratulations on them. Scarlet's going to be fixed sooner. Not saying that's necessarily a good thing. There's a whole bunch of that in the actual video. But they are at least making it last as long. Although they did say it's going to last as long. I don't know. There's some weirdness around Scarlet there. Oh, that was funky. Guild allies will no longer be able to be brought into events. Apparently there was a way to bring them into events in Arena or something. I don't know how to do that, but apparently people were able to do it. I don't know if it was easy or not, but they fixed it. I guess that's good. We get beat up by 6 figs in Arena. Selecting allied minifigures when the one in front of it has a large amount of buffs/debuffs is now easier. That will be good because I experienced that in the stream I did last night. Kai's passive has been fixed, so he's now properly countering, which is good. I hadn't really noticed it, but I haven't used Kai that much, but his counter did sound like it'd be useful to use. The fire station set's ability will use the proper levels of the set. Apparently did before, but I guess nobody really has it that high up, so it didn't really matter. Action buttons disappearing in campaign battles and Master Wu causing the game to freeze has been fixed. So the Wu screw's been fixed, so pretty good. I mean, some decent fixes there. Sorry about that interruption, but we are back here. We are going to be doing the little PDFs that were attached. Excuse me for not having a purchased, just using the free version of a PDF reader, but oh well, I don't use this enough to pay for it. Here we go, we have LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed June 2020 Spook Date Event Icons. Oh, that's interesting, it does say just June, so that's just planned for the month of June, although as we look down here, it is June 15th right now, so like, no, kind of already over. But anyways, we've seen several players anxious about knowing whether an event would come back or not. The fact that it wasn't clear enough in the game was a problem to us. From now on, each event now features icons that will tell you if it comes back and gives you an idea of how often it comes back, if it does, what to expect in terms of difficulty and or commitment. So, for example, we have Never, which is unboxed, which is interesting. I thought they probably would run these a couple more times, but maybe that only applies to the event itself and not the bags. We have had bags rerun before, although they did just fix the Windows Store bug, so people on Windows hadn't been able to buy it, so that could be the reason. And we're also getting a new unbox, so we have to see what that really entails, because we are getting a new unbox. But according to this, you never have an unbox event rerun. You have rarely, for example, Masters, so those were rare, which is kind of what we assumed. Occasionally, brick paste, which I guess kind of what we assume. Would like to know what kind of occasionally means. I don't know. Occasionally still sounds somewhat rare. And then you have often, like Brickspeditions, which is an everlasting event. I mean, maybe it resets week to week. It hasn't so far, so I don't know why that one's listed. I guess technically this would also be for weekly events, which I guess all those are technically an event because they're under the event tab, but to me they don't really feel like an event, so I think this is an interesting indicator. Also, it should go from rarely to occasionally to often, and this is like an everyday event, so I'm curious, what does that mean for occasionally? If often's every day, occasionally might be once a week. I mean, I doubt that, but that's kind of what it seems like to me. And the difficulty icons here, which I kind of like these. They're kind of clean. You have for everyone. So unboxed events. So just the basic come in here, kill some stuff, get a free fig. Then we have for advanced players. Example for the Brickspedition. Yeah, okay. It takes. You can do it early too. I actually might say in a way this is like a little bit earlier than unboxed. But to really be able to get the stuff from it, you do need to be a little bit further along. And then master events for experts, which feels fitting based on the Wu event. Although I'm curious how that's going to all tie in with the Primo event, because that was previously easier. But that's it for this slide, which is interesting because it feels like this stuff could have all been one document, but oh well. This just in, right before I was about to get this video uploaded, we got some extra news from Mr. Adblocks himself coming in here clutch, rather late. He had this to share. We also wanted to give more insight on 2 items of this list because the community comments sparked these changes directly for the better. The Unboxed event. We agreed they were simply too fast and simple, so York is our first test with a new format. The same 3 nodes unlocking the minifigure still exist, and we added several battles, gradually more challenging, that bring additional rewards to the players. We hope you will like this format more. Let us know let us know when you play it. So that's interesting, adding some more stuff. You can see what the rewards are, but some extra stuff to actually play in battle. Sure. Basil also comes with his batch of changes. Hopefully this brick paste will be the best to date. Interesting. Personally, a little scared there, because the last time they changed brick paste, that we got the Imperial Vent, and that wasn't not to be mentioned again. So yeah, but we can see they're going to be changing that too. That's definitely new news. Vents. As said in the PDF, it was a real issue for us a few weeks ago to see that a big percentage of the player base didn't know what to expect from an event. If it was coming back, if the level of preparation was enough, etc. These new icons should help a lot to get an easy access to core information. It will not replace actually playing the event, discussing how to beat it with other players, but at least you'll know that if it's rare, plus for expert players, you better prepare for more than just the entry requirements. I kind of feel like the entry requirements should be the actual requirements for the event personally, a little bit more match that around it, but oh well. We're excited to have another update soon. We hope you like it, and we're even more excited by everything that's coming next. Good luck, have fun. They also edited all the stuff out of PDFs into actual posts on there, but I'm not going to go and redo all of that. But I'm just going to tuck this in here. I just want to go ahead and get this, because this is some extra clarification. Event, didn't need that so much, but for the actual section of people, the Unboxed events, especially that the brick paste is getting changed, is very useful to know. So, back to the regularly scheduled news broadcast. Bye-bye. Next up, we have the night variations, which I am going to zoom in here a bit, because let's look at them a bit better. We'll start up here, which is the I think because it's desert beach or something like that. I think it actually might have been desert. Yeah, this is the desert one, not the beach one, but it still feels kind of beachy. So this is what it looks like currently. And let me zoom out just a bit more. There we go. And this is what it will look like. So you have a little campfire set up with some marshmallows. But some different lighting changes. Nice little, I guess, like a oasis back there. I mean, that looks pretty decent. Then we have the highlands. So this is what it looks like in the day, and this is what it looks like. It looks almost to me more like, I mean, not dusk, but like the sun's going down, because there's clearly some sun back in this area. But is that possibly like part of a book? I'm assuming a little bit of a book. I'm not looking too hard, but it looks like it's like a book there. I don't think it's down there. It's just a couple different changes here, which also kind of like is some real life changes too. And then we have this one, which is probably my favorite, the icy snowfield, or whatever it was called. Mostly the same thing, but you do have the Aurora Borealis or something back here, some lights going on. So I mean, if not like the biggest stuff, but I kind of like it. I mean, here you have that, so it's a little bit different visually and some lighting, and I guess also you have footsteps, something there. Have that there. I know book here, the lighting here is really different. Lighting here is different, some, not radiance, but I'm gonna call it radiance over there. And the campfire here, I mean, it's a little bit different. Some interesting little changes. And then the final thing here, the reworks. This will take a little while to read through, so do bear with me if you are very curious. We have the Dark Magic Blast, deals 100% damage to target foe, has 50% chance to inflict grit down 1 on them for 1 turn. Has been changed to, deals 100% damage to target foe, has a 100% chance to inflict 1 random debuff for 2 turns. Has a 75% chance to inflict 1 additional random debuff for 2 turns. Curse, deals 30% damage to all foes, has a 50% chance to convert all stat and heal based buffs to their debuff equivalents on each foe. Changed to, deals 60% damage to all foes, has a 70% chance to convert each stat and heal based buff to its debuff equivalent on each foe, plus 3% bonus chance per each spooky hero. If a foe is inflicted with fear, inflict dizzy for 2 turns. Damage increases at level 1 from 20% to 40%, increases at level 2 from 20% to 45%, increase at level 3 from 25% to 45%, increase at level 4 from 25% to 50%, decrease at level 5 from 30% to 60%. Chance to convert buff increase at level 1 from 30% to 40%, increase at level 2 from 35% to 45%, increase at level 3 from 35% to 50%, increase at level 4 from 40% to 60%, increase at level 5 from 50% to 70%. Soul Call clears all debuffs from a target foe and deals 110% damage plus 10% bonus damage for each debuff cleared. If a target is defeated, reduces curse cooldown by 5. Change to deals 120% damage to target foe, has a 100% chance to inflict fear for 2 turns. If target foe has 60% or less health, copy 1 to 2 of their debuffs to all other foes if the target foe has no debuffs, or if only inflicted with fear. All spooky heroes gain attack up 2 for 2 turns. Damage increased at level 1 from 80% to 100%, increased at level 2 from 90% to 110%, increased at level 3 from 90% to 110%, increased at level 4 from 100% to 120%, decreased at level 5 from 110% to 120%. I'm not 100% sure why there's a decrease now, but oh well. Rise Again, My Minion now grants all other heroes payback for 2 turns whenever Willa reassembles Basil, so every single turn. Basil's heal increased at level 1 from 1% to 10%, increased at level 2 from 5% to 15%, increased at level 3 from 10% to 15%, increased at level 4 from 15% to 20%, increased at level 5 from 20% to 25%. Really annoying, so I guess really need to kill her first. You have Jacko Beam, clears all buffs on all foes and heals all heroes for 35% of their maximum health, plus 5% bonus heal for each buff cleared. Spooky heroes gain attack up 1 for 2 turns. Change to clears all buffs from all foes, has a 100% chance to randomly copy each buff to a random hero, clears all debuffs from heroes, has a 100% chance to randomly copy each debuff to a random foe, which cannot be resisted. If a foe did not have any buffs to clear, inflict fear on them for 2 turns. All heroes gain prepared. Spooky heroes also gain critical damage up 2 for 2 turns, and I believe prepared is the ability to resets all your cooldowns. I may be wrong, but I believe that's what it is. Something like that. It's either that or it refreshes your stamina. I'm pretty sure it resets your cooldowns. Basil the Batlord. Bat Scepter deals 100% damage to target foe, and Basil heals for 20% of damage dealt. Change to deals 100% of damage to target foe, and Basil heals for 40% of damage dealt. Has a 70% chance to clear a buff from the foe and copy it to Basil, and clear a buff from Basil and copy it to the foe. Heal increase at level 1 from 10% to 20%, increase at level 2 from 10% to 30%, increase at level 3 from 50% to 30%, increase at level 4 from 15% to 35%, increase at level 5 from 20% to 40%. A Need of the Many consumes 20% of Basil's max health and heals all other heroes for 30% of Basil's max health. All active castle heroes gain attack up 1 for 2 turns. Change to all castle tank heroes gain 2 stacks of heal over time for 2 turns. All spooky heroes gain max health up 1 for 2 turns. Basil consumes 25% of his max health, minus 5% for each other spooky hero, so possibly down to 5% of his max health, and heals all other heroes for 30% of his max health. Health consumed decreased at level 1 from 35% to 30%, increased at level 5 from 20% to 25%. Maximum Bat Overload. Overload deals 60% damage to all foes and has a 40% chance to heal Basil for 20% of the total damage dealt. Gains taunt for 2 turns. Change to deal 60% to all foes. For each foe has a 50% chance to heal Basil for 20% of the damage dealt to them. If the foe is inflicted with fear, the chance is 100% instead. Gain taunt for 2 turns. Damage increased at level 1 from 40% to 45%, increased at level 2 from 45% to 50%, increased at level 3 from 50% to 55%. Chance to heal Basil increased at level 1 from 20% to 25%, increased at level 2 from 25% to 30%, increased at level 3 from 30% to 35%, increased at level 4 from 35% to 40%, increased at level 5 from 40% to 50%. Still hot. Whenever Basile is defeated here, all other heroes for 30% of their max health and grant them defense up 1 for 2 turns. Changes to whenever Basile is inflicted with a debuff, he gains plus 5% defense up to a maximum of 30%. Whenever Basil is defeated, heals all other heroes for 30% of his max health. Whenever Basil is defeated, heal all heroes for a percentage of his max health. Has been removed from levels 1 and 2, so no longer a heal there. Heal amount to all heroes decreased at level 4 from 25% to 20%. Toot the Magic Dragon. Clears all buffs on all foes, heals all heroes for 65% of their max health, and grants them payback and attack up 1 for 3 turns. Changed into increased all debuff durations on all foes by 2. Foes inflicted with fear have the debuff duration increased to 3 instead. This does not affect stun, clears taunt and stealth from foes, and copies them to random foes for the lowest turn duration. So from your team, I'm assuming to also your team. Heals all heroes for 40% of Basil's max health, plus 5% bonus heal to spooky heroes for each debuff on the foe team, up to a maximum of 7 debuffs. Yeah, they just buffed them. I don't really feel like anything really got reworked. It's kind of like buff, buff, buff. Here you go. You get a buff, you get a buff. You get to debuff them and buff yourself too. Have fun with that. So, thoughts here is, I don't really fight them that much. It's hard to kind of say. They're annoying to fight. When I was fighting them in the campaign, they were annoying then. They were a real challenge, I believe, at the end of Pip Town 4 or 5. That was the one I got stuck on for a while. There was a Basil, a Willa, a couple tanks, a couple healers, like 7 or 8 figs, and it took me a long time to get powerful enough to be able to get through them with all the heals and taunts and everything. That node just got worse. These 2 figs are way more powerful now, so yeah, I guess have fun with that. I won't know how good they are though till I guess I really face them, and you might face them now more in arena. Then I guess might be a reason to use a Willa if you have a master stuff, but people might actually get her now. I don't know. You might get Basil, so I guess if you get him, you probably want to run her with Basil. So like, go ahead. I guess add them to the castle team or use them on a full spooky team. Might be decent. Spooky team's going to be kind of a little bit annoying, maybe not the biggest. I don't know. I've seen what all the other synergies are there. I don't really feel like they added too much extra synergy. They added a couple things for spooky, but like, I don't know. It didn't feel too much like they reworked her to make her and him better with spooky. They just made them better, and if there was spooky, they also didn't get better. Maybe, or they make them better. I don't know. I have to see what the meta decides, but sounds a little bit annoying. There's going to be lots of stuff to have to deal with here, but you probably won't be dealing with them too much. Although I say look forward to actually having one of these Brickspeditions coming up to have an end node of a dual annoying castle team, so just counters everywhere. That'll be interesting. Counters and spooky stuff. But yeah, so kind of with that, that's it. Not too much thoughts. Nighttime levels look cool. Kind of weird it's just 3, but okay. I'll take some more of those. Curious what we'll decide to use them. Was it actually based on time of day, or was it just random? Or it might be like set on some campaign nodes or something. I don't know. Space Q&A sounds good. Looking forward to that. Would love some more space stuff. Then you have, of course, the reworks, which I just mentioned. Bug fixes, some decent bugs being fixed, some I'm not too familiar with. Surprised they fixed Scarlet this fast as they said they weren't, but maybe they got some backlash about that, and so they did kind of look a little bad. Hoping maybe that they learned there. Or maybe they thought it would take longer. I don't know. It's possible. I'm not doing the code stuff. I wouldn't want to try to fix a bug like that. Actually, I probably could. I think I know enough about code to do that. But anyways, yeah. I'm glad they're doing that. Let's see. What else was it? Quick little. I was going to bring it back up. Why not? Let's see. Some bugs being fixed. Fear. Okay, another little mechanic. Sure. Would like maybe a little bit more information on how that works. I mean, it lasts for tons, so it's not like it's going to be a permanent thing. I thought it was going to be kind of like a yellow buff thing. One of those little passive, or I guess buff really. Unboxed being reworked. Curious to see how that's going to be. It's not that great of an event, but hey, I get a free fig out of it. I have some gems. Might buy a bag. I don't actually have enough gems to buy a big bag, and I wouldn't get it up higher. But curious to see what they actually did to rework it. They won't ever be reran, so that's an interesting concept. And we'll get Basile. He's the other event. He'll be brick pace. Sounds like an interesting event. Looking forward to getting him. I might save my gems to get him, even though I kind of want the skeleton more a multi-campaign, even though I'm kind of mostly through with it. A multi-campaign fig that's like classic castle, classic pirate. Sounds very interesting. Kit sounds cool, possibly. Then we get night levels, big expedition achievements. Hopefully I get most of them. There might be some really crazy ones in there though. I don't know. Basil, yep. Skeleton York, yep. Top of the leaderboard viewing and guild walls. Don't we know what to do with the guild wall, but hey, we're getting it. Overall, okay. Not too much overall really being said, but they are talking about this is double checking it. They actually call this the June, yeah, they call it June. June's half over, so they said this is not coming now. It's coming soon. You're running out of time if you want to come in June, though. Just gonna say that. I was thinking like, well, maybe they could have it all be in like June. This is like an update schedule for 1 month. It does kind of sound like this is updates for 1 month. WAF did mention keeping some of the stuff close to the chest right now, so there's probably some more news. They just don't want to mention it. And I guess like when they announced the original launch events, the whole wave of like the pirate stuff, people kept them to that maybe a little too much. Well, I mean, nothing's against keeping them to it, but if you do that, if you promise events and then they don't come and you just kind of spend some time with nothing, you maybe want them more than if you actually ever promised anything. I could see maybe not promising too many events till you have them in the pipes ready to go. But this almost sounds like to me a roadmap for 1 month. Interesting that the month is almost over, although they might do another one of these in July. I mean, this is announced in June, so technically, yeah, I mean, the update would probably be in June. Somebody in the Discord saying maybe this Friday. I could see that. Double events do end then. They kind of do some updates on Fridays, or they do events on Fridays. But they also seem like they do events on Mondays, so I can think it maybe next Monday personally, and do an event that coming Friday possibly. Or they could already update some other time this week and do an event this Friday. But so we're looking forward to an unboxed event, a new unboxed event. So I'm kind of actually really looking forward to that. Curious about how they updated it. And then a brick pace, which would be good. And I guess you might be able to get some spooky stuff. I'll probably go straight into Basile because he's limited. As they're on screen right now, only 2 arrows for their occasional reoccurrence. And I mean, I like some castle stuff. I guess I kind of would want him, although the other spooky figs aren't bad, and they are also a little harder to obtain. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But hey, this will be kind of good. I doubt your work will be added there, but that'd be awesome. It might not actually have any figs in the store. I could see them doing that because the figs are a little bit rare. It might be kind of more like the pirate event, the Imperial one, the not great one. Let's not bring that back up again. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do there. 2 events, sounds good. New fig, awesome. A fig that's in the game but wasn't obtainable is going to become attainable. Great. Technically a new mechanic, I guess. Like, well, it is new, but I don't know. Adding like a new special buff, debuff, to me is not really like adding that much new mechanics. But maybe they'll do a whole bunch with it. I'll just say, if you haven't beaten a node with Willa and Basil on it, go ahead and do it now before they get tougher. Because while there is some synergy stuff being added in with spooky teams, there's a decent bit of just straight up buffs. So I guess with that, we'll go ahead and call it here. Sorry for the little interruption earlier. And I hope this format has been okay. Kind of did a little bit less professionally than I wanted to do, but I don't really know how to, the best way to get all of these documents copied, because like I kind of wish this could just been in the other document, not like separated out into 3 separate documents. Or maybe just even give me 1 PDF. I'd have that little feedback, maybe just 1 PDF, not like 3 separate PDFs in a text document. But oh well. This has been Batul Gripply signing off. Goodbye and have a wonderful day. If you want to subscribe to stay tuned, keep up to date with the Mars Mission News Network. We'll bring you the latest news as soon as it is dropped. So, with that said, goodbye and a wonderful day. Bye-bye.